of people want to be race car drivers till this happens. Watch Brett Moffitt. It just does not turn at all. Nothing he could do. The car just
wouldn't want to give an inch.
Oh,
see?
Trouble. That's Chastain. And Austin Cindric.
Oh, might have to think about setting yourself up towards the end of the race.
Spinner. That's Allmendinger. Hang on to it.
He was running 7th. He will center the straightaway right there. Somebody got into him.
Man, that was a hard hit on that inside wall.
Yeah, those hits aren't very much fun.
This car turned around off the nose of the 15 car. BJ McClellan. Matt Hills bottomed up on the bottom of the racetrack. He had some Graf Jr. Joe's going to hang on his quarter panel here down the straightaway, and contact is made. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I team again either one to that 6 turn.
Riley Hurts around in the 98. No contact made, but the complete wide Bristol. Oh, there goes around. Breaks it apart too.
It doesn't look like they're. Oh. Tommy just gets in the left quarter panel while David was trying to go underneath.
A little bit, but
Oh, boy. And look at this. Worst case scenario.
Oh, contact right there. Man's going around.
The 7 hit the 8. The 8 slides. And a caution comes out to be a restart.
Oh, we got a crash.
Creed hard into the wall as well as the 54 of Ty Gibbs.
That started from behind Gibbs.
can run 5 more laps.
He's just slide him in there. Moved him out of the way. Teammates. Allgaier into the wall. Briscoe through to second, and now Allgaier spins.
No.
Hang on, let me goes down low.
They're just all scraping for what they can.
It's all Noah Gregson, engine number 9, with a win for the 2nd time this year. Gregson does it at Bristol.
That was
Put the bumper to him. The final time down the backstretch. Here to 3 and 4. Brandon Jones. Can he catch him? No. Noah Gregson wins in Bristol. It's Cindric and Allmendinger into 3 and 4. Allmendinger up the racetrack. They make contact. 3 wide for the lead. 1 lap to go. Here comes Allgaier on the inside. They go up the racetrack. Allmendinger back in on the inside. He takes the lead. More contact behind him. The race for the win. Through 3 and 4. Allmendinger, Cindric, side by side. Allmendinger wins it at the line.
Hard crashing off into turn 1.
3 wins in a row for Gregson.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff opener, the Food City 300. As you guessed it, Dale Earnhardt Jr. making one of his 2 Xfinity Series starts this season, starts on the pole alongside playoff contender Riley Earps as we are green and underway from Bristol. Dale Jr. will get to the lead early, clearing Riley Earps. Says, what can Dale Jr. do here in Bristol? Can he bring home a victory and make the fans go wild and crazy? We're already under caution and we haven't even got down the backstretch yet here in Bristol. Looks like we've had a crash here. The 6 of Brendan Poole gets turned by Timmy Hill into the inside wall, and that will take Brendan Poole out of contention early in this race. The 6 goes crashing into the inside wall. Poole junked by Timmy Hill, and we are under caution here at Bristol with Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading Riley Earps and John Hernimich. Behind us, there's some contact going on. Got cars almost going in the wall. But Jr. leads us at Bristol, now back underway on lap 7. Dale Earnhardt Jr. continuing to lead it here at Bristol. Of course, got championship playoff drivers behind him. Riley Earps, John Hernimich trying to make the best of their opportunity and get into contention for this race and fight to be in the contention for the Xfinity Series Championship come Phoenix in a month's short time, a little over a month and a half. As Dale Jr. leads, you got Earps and Nemechek side by side for 2nd. Brandon Jones, our championship contender, in 4th. Not far behind them, having a great run. Behind us, so there's some cars going everywhere. Whoa, look out, Timmy Hill, the 66, sorry, the 45, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Big damage to Jeremy Clements, your Daytona winner, chase contender in the playoffs here. Jeremy Clements, big damage to the front of that race car from slamming to the back of Jeffrey Earnhardt. That will put Clements off the pace early in the 51. The 98, Riley Earps goes into the wall. The 98 is in the wall out of 3 and 4, losing tons of track position. Nemechek and Trevor Bain in the 19 get by narrowly as Sam Mayer now battles Herbst for position. Cars are really getting aggressive, and in the wall goes the 98 of Herbst hard. Austin Hill in the 98 all of a sudden is all falling apart for Riley Herbst. The caution's out. He's through. I was Sieg and Allgaier contact her out to the line. Allgaier gets turned into Herbst and more playoff trouble. Sieg and Allgaier, 2 more playoff drivers, crash into Riley Herbst, and it has been a chaotic start to this race here in Bristol. See the 7, the 39, the 98 go crashing. Of course, Ryan Sieg, the Dover win, got him in the playoffs. Justin Allgaier made it the only driver to make it on points. And Riley Herbst, I think a 2-time winner this season. Into the wall he goes. No, he got a 1-time win. He won at Daytona. He goes in the wall. Of course, him, Sieg, Allgaier, 3 wide, just down the front stretch of Bristol. It doesn't work. They all get together. And costly damage for 3 of our playoff contenders at Bristol early in this race. Not the way Allgaier wanted to start out a race. He thought he would have a very good chance at being successful, and meanwhile, he's still stuck here. Further back, there was a caution. The caution came out not because Herbst and Austin Hill pounded the fence. The caution actually came out here because the 02 of Blaine Perkins, who seems to be a crash magnet lately, gets tagged off of, I think that's Joe Graff Jr., slammed head on into the inside wall by the car that is now dead. That is the 66 of Timmy Hill. So he's stuck in the inside wall. Now back underway at the 2 Hellman's cars. Allgaier 1 lap down, racing against Dale Earnhardt Jr., leading this race here in Bristol. John Hunter Nemechek battling Trevor Bain. 4-second caution out already. And oh, we got a huge pile up here down to 1 and 2. Looks like that is the 26 of Kaz Grala, who has gone around, maybe involved. The 10 of Daniel Hemrick, one of our Chase playoff drivers. Daniel Hemrick in the 10 gets turned by Kaz Grala. A hard rear end impact in the outside wall for Daniel Hemrick, and that will cost him and his hopes to advance past the first round of the playoffs. And that number 10 machine now, not the 11, now the 10 for Colleague Racing to the owner's point switch. Hard in the outside wall goes Daniel Hemrick. He goes crashing down with Parker Kligerman. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, it remains to be Dale Jr. leading. Now Dale Jr. on the outside. John Hunter Nemechek going for the lead. 3 wide of the 7 of Allgaier. There's going to be maybe some contact down the backstretch. No contact into the wall. They go, and up and over goes Jr. on his lid. Barrel rolling through 30 and 4 is Dale Earnhardt Jr. upside down, tumbling down the apron. Down the banking of the racetrack, his teammate Allgaier destroyed as well. What has happened? It is all fallen apart for Dale Jr. and the JRM team as they have now crashed hard. Dale Jr. upside down. A violent crash here at Bristol. Not what he wanted to do in his first Xfinity Series race in over a year. John Hunter Nemechek, though, was the root cause of this. The 20 in the middle turns Allgaier directly into Jr., slams him into the wall, gets Jr. upside down, barrel rolling through 3-4, landing on the 7 of Allgaier, somehow rolling down the track and not getting hit by anybody until Daniel Hemrick in the 10 slams into him, and that will be costly for Daniel Hemrick's playoff hopes, getting big damage like that, slamming into the back of Dale Jr. as now Trevor Bain is leading now for JGR in that number 19 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Trying to bring that to glory. Ty Gibson in 2003 has been winless in that car. So is Ryan Truex and Joe Graff Jr. Trevor Bain trying to finally get that win. As around goes John Hunter Nemechek. The 20 around, another playoff contender with problems here in Bristol. Nemechek gets turned by, I think that's the 1 of Sam Mayer. Spins John Hunter Nemechek around. Of course, if you remember earlier this season at Pocono, these two had a photo finish where Nemechek basically took a playoff spot from Sam Mayer by winning that race. Of course, Mayer ended up missing the playoffs by 18 points. But now he spins Nemechek out in the opening race of the playoffs, and that's going to hurt Nemechek. He may have some work to do here to get back into contentions. Trevor Bain continues to lead over the 9 of Brandon Jones into 3 and 4. Austin Hill has now climbed his way up into 3rd place, your regular season champion and number 1 overall seed in the playoffs, sitting comfortably atop of the playoff board, 1 race in. Of course, behind us, guys, look at Ryan Sieg, the 39 car, having a tremendous run right now. Ryan Sieg going up in the 7th position, doing a great job for his playoff hopes. Of course, got the Dover win in the playoffs, having a great run. So is his brother, the 28 of Kyle Sieg, running in 9th right now. You got both Sieg boys in the top 10, having an unbelievable run. Props to them. The caution is out. Is that Anthony Alfredo in the 78? It was upside down. So here the 78 of Alfredo gets hit there by the 11 of Derek Kraus, who slams David Starr into the wall, and Alfredo's car goes completely Casey Kane wall ride style on that outside wall. Just unbelievable crash here at Bristol as the chaos that we saw in the truck race last night continues here at Bristol as Alfredo now goes barrel rolling down the banking and crashes out of this race. So similar to what happened to Dale Jr. No more trouble on the inside wall goes Sam Mayer. He's going to save it. Chandler Smith sent him down there, but the one holds on, avoids being absolutely destroyed. Now Trevor Bayne continuing to lead this race. More cars dropping out of the race by the second, but now Chandler Smith and the 16 going to lead. We got a crash. Behind us we got trouble. We got a car to the inside wall coming back up the track. I believe that is the 02, I think. Blaine Perkins maybe, and indeed it was. The 02 of Perkins has gone around. This time Perkins gets turned by by Ryan Sieg in the 39. Turns the 02 in the inside wall. Not much damage sustained. Everyone carries on like it is a normal race here. Now here comes the 9 of Brandon Jones. Big contact to the outside wall. Allgaier and Austin Hill. 2 more championship contenders. Stephen Parsons turns the 7 directly up into the 21. Hard contact. Big damage for the 7 and the 21. And we got a spinner. That is Jeffrey Earnhardt who's gone around. Now after the fact, and the chaos is really breaking out in Bristol as Chandler Smith will be scored as the race leader. Only 30 cars left in this race. No playoff drivers out yet. But Chandler Smith will lead us to the green flag here. Slowly progressing through. Pretty much stage 1 ended like right there. So Chandler Smith is your stage 1 winner. But behind us, there's contact behind us. We got cars going down the inside wall. Come back up the track. Maybe behind us. And we got cars upside down. Sheldon Creed and Jeremy Clements up and over. Big damage to Brandon Jones. Justin Allgaier, all of a sudden, a ton of playoff contenders get destroyed. See Creed up and over off of Jeremy Clements, who then gets himself launched up in the air off of that outside wall. So similar to the way Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Anthony Alfredo got airborne in their respective incidents. Let's see here when we get the full replay here. Is Kraus turns Creed after Allgaier got sent by Mayer. Up the track, they go hard hit for Jeremy Clements, one of our championship contenders. Big hit to the outside wall for the 08. Of Star Riley, and the 9 of Brandon Jones. Big damage as well for one of the faster cars all night. Brandon Jones, big damage. Already got 3, 4, 5 playoff drivers with heavy damage in that crash. Chandler Smith still leading, racing the 07 of Parsons Hard. Of course, now you see out of the race, you got the 7, the 51. Those are already, and the 9 of Brandon Jones, 3 championship contenders already. Now upside down was the 39 of Ryan Sieg and the 00 of Cole Custer on the restart. See the 39 of Ryan Sieg gets turned the outside wall. A hard hit. He goes up in the air, up and over off of Sammy Smith. And Sieg then starts tumbling down the banking where he meets up with Cole Custer. What a wild, silly crash here at Bristol. I think Cole Custer gets landed on by Ryan Sieg and then launched up and over. That's going to ruin both of their runs. Sieg and Custer both out of this race. You hate it for Sieg. He's really having a good run going. So they are out, as is the 98 of Riley Earps, and the playoff driver DNFs keep coming. And now for the lead here is this 07 part of whoever the hell that is on the market. It's turning the outside wall. Chandler Smith up and over, and your leaders get taken out in turn 2. Unbelievable turn of events here at Bristol. Stephen Parsons gets dumped by Sam Mayer into Chandler Smith, head on to the outside wall. The 16 up in the air, up and over. Then proceeds to get T-boned by the car directly behind him. That was the... Oh, no, that was the 28 of Kyle Sieg who T-bones Chandler Smith with a hard collision. And then Sammy Smith gets in it. Brennan Poole involved. Austin Hill, a little bit of damage, but a hard crash for Chandler Smith. Going to take him out of this race here at Bristol, and Kyle Sieg. As is Trevor Bayne now back out front at Bristol. Now down to barely 20 cars in this race. Past halfway, it is Bayne, Berry, and Hill, the top 3. I'm trying to just survive, get to the finish, and there goes John Hunter Nemechek around. And head-on collision right there. Nemechek into, I think that is the 43 of Ryan Ellis. Nemechek's going to get hit head-on, hard lick right there for John Hunter. That'll put an end to his shenanigans tonight. And now there's, I don't know, 10 cars left in the race. 3 laps to go here at Bristol for Trevor Bayne in the 19, leading, trying to get an Xfinity Series victory and rebuild his career from the scratch here late in his career for Joe Gibbs Racing. A couple one-off rides, has done a tremendous job. This race has dominated, led the most laps, looks to get the win, but behind him, then the 8 of Josh Berry. Looking to advance to the round of 8 in the playoffs with the win. It would only be his 2nd win of the season if he can make it happen. He is chasing down Bayne here through 3 and 4, but Berry doesn't seem to have the pace or the maneuverability to make a move. White flag in the air, final lap, presented by Credit One Bank at Bristol for Trevor Bayne. Can he finally win here in the Xfinity Series and get Joe Gibbs Racing's number 19 machine a victory late in the season. So 3 and 4 for the final time. It is going to happen. Trevor Bayne wins at Bristol. Josh Berry, your runner-up. 3rd place, Sam Mayer. Josh Williams will come home in 4th. The 07 of Stephen Parsons round out your top 5. Derek Kraus is 6th. The 35 of David Starr, I believe. I think that's who's in that car. Will come home 7th. The 8th place car will be the 45 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Austin Hill will DNF, finishing in 9th ahead of Jeb Burton, who is a ton of laps down in 10th. And you see the long list of DNFs on the left side of your screen. And we're going to see the playoff ramifications of this race in a few short moments. At the playoff grid, Austin Hill, great race for him, comes out plus 60, a full race above the cut line here in the round of 12. Josh Berry, Chandler Smith, still looking very comfortable right now, plus 20 the cut line, but you never know. Then Nemechek, still in that danger zone, no mistakes, 4th plus 14. Then it is tight from 5th on down. Brandon Jones, Daniel Hemrick, Cole Custer, and Riley Earps only within 5 points of each other above the cut line. And Riley Earps is just 1 point above. How about Kyle Sieg? Only out by 1 at the bubble. Great run for him. Ryan Sieg out by 8. Allgaier and Clements out by 15 to 16. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.